Just here back to a new regular show review, and if y'all didn't see the last one, go and check it out. And we're back with the next two episodes of season 6 of regular show. And yeah, we start with another good one, and it starts with Mordecai and Rigby getting some hamburgers for a snack break. And of course, Benson is getting on to them and saying no hamburgers until they fill up this hole. And yeah, he's acting like before, where he ate their hamburgers that only came out every so years, which was still messed up for Benson, I would say. And then we see this explosion happen, and yeah, the hole's gotten bigger, but they actually find something that actually landed, and it's actually a pod, some kind of pod that has this party horse in it. And yeah, he wonders where he is, and yeah, he's a party horse. And he was saying of how, which when he realizes that he's in the USA, he's saying of how he was trying to study for a USA test, but he ended up bailing, and how he got to Earth. And yeah, how they just party and party every time or any time, even when they're asleep, but until when they're at school, when they're having to do this U.S. history test. And yeah, he ended up bailing, and that's how he ended up into Earth. And yeah, they decided to help him pass the history test, and even showing this funny thing on the computer, which then, yeah, he's being distracted at the library as well, and then they just go to the middle of nowhere in order to help him focus and study. And yeah, he's just not even focusing. And yeah, they take a snack break, and then we see that there's this other pod that managed to crash down, and it's actually that principal or teacher, that other horse, and he's threatening on blowing up the earth if he does not come out and take the history test. And yeah, they're saying that the whole earth is depending on you if he for you to do this test. And yeah, they're having to study, have 1 hour to get him to study, and yes, doing everything that he can by doing different things to help him be able to study. And now it's time for the actual test, and even has a video camera as well for the other party horses to watch. And Benson is wondering what they are. And yep, while he's doing the test, the pencil broke, and they find a sharpener, a pencil sharpener, but then the horse ends up blocking Rigby's way, which they end up giving the sharpener to the party horse. And yeah, he ends up finishing the test, and he tells the guy that even if I don't make this, I just want you to know, and does this really good speech, I would say, and telling them not to blame Mordecai and Rigby and them, and he just can't help but party. And yeah, we just see what his test is, and ends up dancing and even moonwalking into the pod to go back to his home planet, and the other horse chases after him too. And Benson just ends it with, "No, go fill up that pothole." Yeah, really good episode here. And then we go to the next one, and it's another interesting one. And it starts with that weird guy that we've seen before. Yeah, weird like guy before. I can't remember which episode, but I know I remember seeing him. And yeah, just waiting for his revenge to get on Pops. And yeah, they're just wondering what Benson is doing. And yeah, he's having to get prepared for Mr. Maylard, which yeah, he runs into the snacks, and he tells them to sit down and saying that there has been no visitors, actual new visitors, so he has no choice but to be closing the park. And of course, Benson is trying to reason with him, try to give him some more time, and he said that he'll give him a week to bring in some new people. But if it doesn't, if they can't get in new people, then he's shutting down the park. So yeah, the whole park is on at stake here, And yeah, that weird freak guy is still in the bushes just waiting for the opportunity. And yeah, nobody's really has an idea of what they can do for the park. And yeah, again, they're just trying to come up with some ideas that even if it's battle boats, which are probably a bad idea, Benson says, they have to do anything they can to get attractions here. And yeah, they're doing everything that they can to try to get people to come to the park, come and visit. Like, yeah, again, this is a very serious situation because they can all be losing their jobs if they don't be able to get the people to visit good on the chart. And yeah, they're just panicking as well of how Mr. Maylard is going to be shutting down the park very soon. And they decide to have one last Wing Kingdom wings before the whole park gets shut down. And yeah, Benson, how he always is with these wings, he just talks about Mr. Maylard. And yeah, Pops is like, but he's my father. And yeah, apparently they're in the other park with Jane's park. And they're wondering of how they managed to do it. It's the suits, ain't it? And they actually get the idea of creating their own. And yeah, what it seems it might be the last day at the park. But then they get the suits, and there's this Coulson label on it. And yeah, the suits kind of look very funny on them, which it actually is attracting people. Yeah, it's actually attracting people, but of course they're just making fun of their costumes. And yeah, they bail the costumes, and yeah, ends up making people get sucked in and causing a black hole of ugliness. And yeah, Muscle Man is even getting sucked in, and that hideous like guy just comes out and coming up, and yeah, Muscle Man is believing that he can be the one to clog up the hole, and yeah, he grabs Pops and ends up getting sucked in. And Mr. Maylard saying of how the park is no longer going to be shut down and how well it is, and even this attraction as well of the huge head $5, which yeah, pretty funny I would say. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this episode. I'd like to know what you think. Catch you next one.